A creative brief shows you the guidelines for creating a project, but once you have those guidelines, the next step in the process is usually having a meeting with something called a producer. And a producer in the network world is the person that's responsible for creating the promotions that you'll be showing on air. And typically a producer will sit down with an idea and say, I have an idea for a promo about Shark Week, and I'd really like to see a school of sharks swimming on screen and have those sharks attack the camera, and they'll describe all these sequence of events. And then they'll say, I have a script that goes along with that. And then they'll show you the script. And a script looks a lot like this. It's a Microsoft Word document. Let's back out a little bit. I'm going to change it to page width so that I can see most of the page here. And this is a very typical format, but every network will have a slightly different style to it. But they all have one thing in common. There's two columns, and on the left side, there's a video column. On the right side, there's an audio column. And that video column shows you a very loose description of the kinds of things that they'd like to see on the screen. And the right-hand side shows you what the voiceover artist would be saying at that moment in time on the screen. Now, your job as a designer is to take this script and translate it into a visual. Now, that should almost always start on paper. Pencil and paper is by far the best way to begin the creative process. It eliminates all the distractions of software and buttons and file saving and everything else, and it really gets you back to square one. And so for this script, what I did was I sat down and created a series of sketches. I'm going to open those up in preview. And right here on the screen, I'm going to bring these over to the right so I can see the sketch and the script side by side. And so what I did was I looked at the script and worked my way through it. So in the first scene, a slow push in on a school of sharks swimming. And after 400 million years is what the voiceover artist will be saying. And the sketches don't have to be good. As you can see by my sketches, I'm a terrible sketch artist, but they communicate the idea. So I have a few sharks swimming on screen, and I have the words after 400 million years scribbled out in the center. So that gives me an indication that I'm going to create a school of sharks and I'm going to have type on the screen. And that's really all I care about. What the type looks like, I haven't figured out yet. I only know that I'm going to have type on the screen. And then I work my way through the script. You can see I started off an image here and didn't like what I was going, and I just kind of crossed it out. But then the next image is there's still the scariest thing in the ocean. So there's my shark still swimming. I'm just going to dissolve between this type now. I'm starting to formulate what the format of the promo is. And then there's going to be a really quick cut thrashing transition. And so that's going to be a shark really close to the screen. And that's what these two sketches represent. And then we're going to show the Shark Zone type hero screen with the shark swimming towards the camera. And that's what this is. And I've created a series of 3 sketches that show me the shark swimming towards the camera with the Shark Zone type in the background. Then on the next page is the branding for the network, the Adventure Channel logo, and a reveal on the type. So you can see the sketch process really helps you to formulate the basic ideas for your piece. And it's a crucial step in the animation process, and it's one you really should never skip over.